Good morning, Commanders. Hope you're all having a good day today and that you are prepped and ready for Arcfall. That's right. We have received the new Arc starting today, and this is the patch notes, update 62, patch notes for Enterprise Part 1. Something that I think a lot of people have been waiting for, anticipating. I believe this is the last property for Star Trek that we've been waiting for them to release. And so we'll have to see what they come out with. No new ship this month, but hopefully we'll get that next month or the month after. But I know that is coming. We've seen it in the roadmap. We saw a picture of the ship, so I'm sure that is coming. Let's talk about it, and I want to say that I did watch a couple of other content creators' videos this morning just to get a flavor for what has been shared. I try to, when you have a game like this and multiple content creators, everyone's putting out, reading through the patch notes, they have the same stuff, same material, but I wanted to go through and see what was been shared, try to add something that hasn't. And I think what I can do is go through the patch notes and talk to you about just some of my thoughts on the things that are being released, where I see value and where I see, yeah, that's pretty meh. And I'll be honest with you. Okay, so a big thing we're getting is an extension to the X-Borg faction. I've gone through it and looked at the favors this morning. There's some essential favors I would say you want to focus on. There's one in particular that delays the weapon. The go-home cannon, as if you will, of these new targets. And I think certain favors are going to make it so you need to focus on those first. Absolutely, for sure, 100%. And then there's things like efficiencies, materials and parts, PvP, all sorts of favors. And I think it's going to be one of those things where you're going to have to determine what's the most valuable to you as a player. I also like that there's a bundle for credits. And it's not like 1 million credits a day, but when, like me, you're trying to save 1 million credits for a ship. I'm trying to save for the Rare 56 G5 Rare ship, the Sanctus. Need all the credits I can get. I think I still have like another 300,000 to save, and since they haven't added that to the away team store, the G5 ships have not been added to the away team store for 8 away team credits. Well, I'm gonna have to do it probably mostly with faction credits. So that is good to see. So we'll do another video that goes more into that. But I think there's a lot of great things that have been added to the game, and I think that what's happening here is they've opened up G6, right? And so you have all these players that, I can't say all these players because it's a select few that are spending to get to that point, right? But the mega whales, they need krill. They need players to destroy and mess with and whatnot. And so I kind of see this because I've seen in their materials for like G4 and G5, since I'm a G5 player. And this arc really, a lot of the stuff here really, and I hate to say this for you below 40, but it's for 40 plus. So if that's not you, I'm sorry, but hopefully it gives you something you can look forward to. And when you do get to 40, it will just escalate you to get you to advance quicker than the rest of us did who've already gone through that painful period. So, yeah, we'll have a look at that in another video, but new buffs, defensive repair stance, emergency protocol, and PvP mending, repairing a percentage of hull damage taken in combat. Officers like Vemet and Leslie that will heal your hull damage in a way we're told it doesn't work quite the same way, where it potentially can destroy your ship because you artificially increase the hull or the hull or whatever of your ship. That doesn't blow up your ship at the end. We'll have to see how that works out. But it's interesting with PvP that we'll have to see how that plays into it for sure. But it kind of makes those officers useless now. We'll have to see how that may impact things. Critical damage floor, we've got officers like Damar that can reduce your crits to 0, so when you're firing a crit, it does 0 damage. But this critical damage floor will make it so that that doesn't happen. So that's interesting. It kind of negates that. And for those of you who worked hard to max Damar, I'm sorry. Sorry that they are basically negating your value there. Shield bypass is on the Zindi hostile. Ships with this enhancement will bypass all shields and do damage directly to hull. So we're probably going to have not just the buff, not the buffs, the favors to take them out. But you're probably going to want to look at crews that will take out them quickly. So we'll have to see how that goes. If they're bypassing shields, that whole 80-20 split mentality and keeping your shields up kind of isn't important anymore. And look, shield bypass. They spelled shield wrong. That's the critical part of me as a content creator. I'm like, oh man, can't they have an intern that will like look at shield and make sure they're spelling that right? Isn't it SHIELD? Let me know in the comments below if you caught that too. New officers. So Trip Tucker. And keep in mind this is just the first month that we'll have more officers, so I'm sure Archer will make an appearance later on. When you take damage from a hostile or another player, Trip Tucker decreases your opponent's critical damage by X% for 2 rounds. Interesting, may have some impact in PvP. This ability can stack, which is great. It does not trigger at armadas or assaults. Yay, assaults. Is that a cuss word now in the game? I don't know. Is that banned in chat? Can we even say assaults in chat? So that one's interesting. We'll have to see how that plays out. I'm not a big PvPer, as some of you know, but it's there. I'm more interested in his below deck ability, where it increases the loot you get from Hirogen and Species 8472. As I went up in the Dairy Queen space, hitting with the Voyager, it seemed like as you went to higher level systems, you didn't get that much more of the Hirogen loot, the relics. So this is going to be great, be a good addition to the game. I do find that I get plenty. I have a stock of that, and I don't really go out and hunt them except when they have the events. And those like Lost and Hirogen hitting them. And so I tend to have plenty of that, but I'm most interested in the Species 8472. So we'll have to see how that affects the game. I like that it's a below deck ability though, so good job there, Scopely. To Paul, protected cargo as an officer ability. I was talking to some people on a live stream recently, and they didn't have enough protected officers for their what is it, the Meridian? I almost call it something else, for the Meridian Mining ISO. And so this could be interesting for those players who need another protected cargo officer for that. Mining speed, we have so many mining buffs in the game, that's not really too interesting to me. New missions, if that's something you're into, I don't do much with those, mostly because there's just too much other stuff to do in the game, so I don't have time to read the missions. But, you know, I do go through them to make sure that I get any kind of rewards from that. New Prime Node, we talked about the critical damage floor. I believe that maxes 100% as the favor, but this Prime will increase it another 100 for a total of 200% damage. New refit, and this is where kind of, as you call it, grinds my gears a little bit. So what this does is it makes it so when you charge your cutting beam that you can use your cutting beam twice. And the reason why this grinds my gears is because we specifically, myself and other content creators, I know I gave a number of suggestions on how to improve this. We suggested this exact same thing as an improvement because players were struggling so bad. It was a huge frustration. In fact, I think during that month, one of one of the most questions I got that month. I had players asking me repeatedly, what's the best system? Or where do I go with this level of a cube? We had people in the community that did in-depth analysis of this is where you should go, and this is the level of household you should hit. Very valuable. But what Scopely has done, once again, is they've taken our feedback and turned it into a monetary thing. Now, I get it. You've got to make money. My opinion, why don't you, Scopely, as a company, actually come out with really good content that people want to pay for, rather than this trick you into buying more stuff? And what I mean by that is they purposely make subpar product, and they want to encourage you to be as frustrated as possible in the game. At least what it seems. Tell me if I'm wrong in the comments. Tell me if you disagree. But they do, I swear they do it on purpose so that people are dealing with this frustration for so long that they finally come out the next month and say, oh, here's a way to improve it, but you're going to have to pay $100 for it. Yay. For this very reason, I'm not getting this. I do have a little bit of extra money. Some people don't, and they're completely free to play, and some people have thousands of dollars they drop every single month, and I'm not judging that, and I'm not, shaming anything other than stop with the crap. Give us actually good content. Don't make us be your beta testers. Come out with good content, and people will not complain so much. Now, you're still going to get people who complain about, price of things. That's always going to be a thing, but I hate this. I really hate it that they come out with something that is player feedback. I remember, was it a year ago? When was it? I think it was an event store month that all the players came out and said, here are all the things that we want to have in the event store. And rather than adding it to the event store, they came out with packs for it. I just hate that they take feedback and clearly something the players want. I guess as a business, that's what you're supposed to do, and find some way to make money out of it. But I just hate they come out with subpar things in the game, and then you have to pay because you get frustrated. So anyways, that's my rant for the day and my rant for the video. Take it as it is. If you see value in it, go for it. Territory Capture Season 2 battle passes. So we have Territory Capture will reset, and I haven't seen any new dates on that. There's also going to be a new Wave Defense Battle Pass. Those are really seasonal passes, $20 a piece if you want to get both of them. If you see value in it, that's up to you. I personally paid for the Battle Pass, or the Wave Defense Seasonal Pass last month, and I don't know, there just wasn't that much value in it. I was hoping they were going to come out with some changes, because I know there's a number of level 30 players who are just frustrated because they'll hop into one of the wave defenses, and all the 50 plus players that are in there sees a 30 and they'll hop out. Or they're doing it with their alliance mates and they can't get past round 2, wave 2. So super frustrating for them. I was hoping we see some changes. So far, I haven't seen anything in the notes that indicates that there's any kind of changes for them. So hopefully the rewards are much better. I found myself, and I'm a 50 player. I think most people in my alliance are in the mid. There's some in the lower 40s, but mid to upper 40s with quite a few players in that range. Up until recently, I think we were struggling to get past, say, round 5 or 6, which was doing okay. But the credits that it was paying out were so low that I haven't unlocked many favors. In fact, I've stopped getting the rep, and maybe that's not wise, but I've stopped getting the rep because I've been trying to focus on saving for other things like some of the favors and whatnot. So we'll have to see how it plays out. Have to see what's there, and if you see value in it, then go for it. So, and then there's a list of bug fixes, improvements that are there. So all in all, it seems kind of like a light month that they haven't added anything significantly new. I think the additions for the or the favors will help out a lot of players. Unfortunately, it's for 40 plus once again, so you'll have to kind of take that into consideration. But we'll see. We'll have to see how it goes. I'm excited about investigating it with you and seeing what has value there. So we'll just have to see how it goes. And I'd love your feedback, whether you share that, join and share that in our Discord, in my Discord, or if you leave in the comment section below. Love to hear your thoughts and where you're at with this game. So one last plug, as it is Arc Fall, just remember that I do one monthly Battle Pass giveaway. We're officially over 700 subscribers. Once I get over 1,000, I'm hoping to do more. But feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that already. Share this with your alliance mates, and as we cross the 1,000 threshold, hopefully I'll be able to give away more. I currently have opened up a giveaway on my giveaway channel in my Discord. I kind of played with how long to do it for. This time I've done it for 2 days. So hopefully, giving people a chance to log in and to enter. So go ahead and do that if you haven't. Love to share that with one of you this month to give you a battle pass for free. So anyways, thanks for all that you do. I love interacting with you either on live stream or through the comments on YouTube here or on the Discord. So we'll see how this month goes. Fingers crossed that it's good for everyone and that we have fun along the way with as little bugs as possible. So anyways, thanks so much, and we will talk to you soon.